Toughen up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find it.
Hopefully the wind isn't too loud. I decided, ew, why am I turning it off like that? I'm already. It's extremely bright out here, so I hope that's not distracting, and I hope my eyes aren't squinting too much. But hi, my name is Mylia. Welcome to my channel. I decided to try something new today and film outside. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure about it yet, but today I want to talk about friendships and my lack thereof. I want to have a chit chat about being jealous of your friends. And I'm sorry if you can hear that playing right now. I don't know where it's going and what it's doing, but it's really loud. I'll try to reduce the noise as much as I can, but I really wanted to film outside. It's just easier for me. And maybe I'll touch base on that later on. But I wanted to talk about friendships and how I used to be jealous of my friends. Let's put on this plane first. So for a long time, I thought it was just me. I thought there was something wrong with me, but come to find out, I was actually just jealous of my friends, which is insane to think about now at this age. But once I put things in perspective and started doing the work on myself, I realized it wasn't something wrong. There was something wrong with me, but it wasn't what I thought. It wasn't physicalities. It was more of my mental. There was something wrong with my mental. I used to get down on myself because I felt like nobody wanted me. We would go to bars and I wouldn't get hit on. I was just never the life of the party. I was never the girl that was chose, if that makes sense. That was just never me. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay. All of that is okay. Maybe your energy is just different. Maybe you hold yourself in a different light. Maybe people don't choose you because you're not accessible. You're not as accessible as other people in your life. But there is one thing I had to admit to myself. I had to admit that maybe I am jealous, or maybe I was jealous of my friends. My friends always seemed to get things easier in life, so to speak. I won't say that they did, but it just seemed like that to me. I was always, or maybe they just held it inside and I didn't know that. Same way I did. So I had friends. I've had friends growing up from junior high to high school and in my 20s. I'm currently in my 30s. And I feel like for most part of my life, I was never the chosen seed, if you will. Like, I feel like even in sports, I was pretty good in sports, but I was never chosen first, per se. It's so crazy that it took me this long to realize that maybe I was just projecting that because of how I felt on the inside. I remember this time in junior high, whenever we had, I hope there's not too much background noise, sorry if there is, but I remember this particular time in junior high, I had a crush on this boy. I had a crush on him for a very long time, and now that I think about it, even after I got out of junior high, I thought about it, and I was like, oh my god, why? I think it's just a way of passage. I feel like most girls end up having crushes on guys in junior high because that's like the start of, growing for girls. But I remember particularly I had this crush on this guy, and I don't think he liked me back, but I feel like he was pressured into saying yes to me. I feel like somebody pressured him into being like, oh, just say yes, whatever. And I ended up having a junior high love affair in a sense because I was friends with this other girl, and mind you, he was industry pretty, like mainstream pretty. I don't find myself to be mainstream pretty. I've always said that about myself, which is fine for me now. It's fine for me. But she was mainstream pretty. She was a mixed breed girl, black and white. She had curly hair. I shouldn't say mixed breed. I'm sorry. She was a biracial girl, black and white. And she had, the curly hair, the light skin, all of that. And I remember I broke up with him. I broke up with him at the end of 7th grade because I was like, it's summertime. We won't see each other. The next year we came back to school and he was dating my friend, which is, the biracial girl. He was dating my friend. And I was like, oh, this is weird for me. This is like my first rejection because, throughout that, me and him talking, or I don't even know what to call it. It's freaking junior high, y'all. This is just, I'm telling y'all my villain story. But I remember us talking, and he just wasn't into me. You get that vibe. I've always been a pretty intuitive person, and he's just not that into you. He was just not that into me, and that's fine too. And I don't mind to not be liked. It was just, oh, he didn't want me, but he wanted her. Oh, I get it. It's because she's mainstream pretty and I'm not. That's just what I told myself, at least. Couldn't be my personality, right? Couldn't just be that. At that age, obviously, it was definitely looks, because who was going off personality in junior high? Like, he chose her because she was prettier than me, which is fine at the end of the day. But I realized now that I was jealous of her in that moment, and I feel like throughout my life, that's just what it's been. Like, fast forward to another friendship. He seemed to just get things easier. Things just seemed to come to her. Like things just seem to work out for her. And this actually just isn't even friendship. This is actually relationships also, now that I'm thinking about it. But things used to just come to her quite easily. And Like, dang, I'm over here struggling and she's just knocking it out one by one. Like, I feel like I mean, everybody, struggles in a sense, has like those struggles in life, but I felt like she wasn't struggling in the same sense that I was struggling. So of course I was jealous of that because I feel like she got everything handed to her and I always had to work my butt off and then some to get anything. Like even doing social media. Like there are people in my life that not in my life, but that were in my life. So I'm like, I bet they could get on social media and they would just blow up. Just blow up. And it's gonna take me some time, which I know that now because my whole life has been about patience and time and having to see things through. And this is something I'm still working on. I can still find resentment in myself, and I just have to check myself now. And I feel like I can't be the only person like this, which is why I'm sharing it. And if I am, then I could be the only person like this. Who knows? It's a pretty big world, though. I doubt it. Let's go to like my friendships out of high school. Whenever we were going out, I would go out. I hated going out, by the way, but we would go out to bars and stuff. And I was never the girl that got hit on. If I did get hit on, it was by some toothless dude named Joe, who ran an auto mechanic shop and had a wife at home. Like honestly, I never got hit on by anybody that was worthy until I met my man. And I always thought it was because I wasn't good enough, because I wasn't pretty enough, I wasn't tall enough, I wasn't light enough, I wasn't dark enough, I wasn't funny enough. Like literally, it was always just me. So I was jealous of my friends because they always got hit on. But here I am, thinking I look good at least, and this is my 20s. So I'm like living my life, having the blast, having the time of my life, and I'm like, I dressed up, I got cute. I wasn't doing it for guys. I've never done anything for guys, but it's just the fact that when you're in a bar and you're sitting next to your friend and they're approaching her every single time and nobody's ever approaching you, and you're kind of like, you're more so of the, what do you call it? The wing girl. Like you're literally the wing girl. I just had to I had to take a look at myself and realize that it's not them. Particularly, it's not even you physically. You have to understand that sometimes in life things don't work out the way that you wanted to. And just because it's working out for somebody else does not mean that it's not going to work out for you. It just hasn't yet. And that's fine. Like I was definitely more so the unapproachable friend, 100%. I didn't allow people to have access to me the same way my friend did. She was more approachable. I was not. And I realized just because you're not getting approached, it doesn't make you ugly. It doesn't make it seem like there's nothing wrong with you. You're just not easily accessible. And I'm just sharing my story because I feel like there are so many people that probably feel like the same way I felt like there was something wrong with me. Or it's because I'm not pretty enough, I'm not funny enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not wild enough. All of that. Like I've always been a shy girl, sad girl, shy girl. You can call me the female version of Drake, but I just never felt good enough. And I don't really know that it stems from my childhood. I don't know where it stems from, but I guess it just stems from not being picked all my life, honey. I don't know, but I just don't want people to think that they're ever not good enough, because even now, I don't think I'm mainstream pretty, and I do find myself like, look at, like, she just started this journey and she's already at 20K, or he just started, like I always find myself still comparing myself to other people, but now I can check it. Now I know where it comes from, and now I can just check it, stop it in its track, and be like, no, your time will come. Because just like with love, like I didn't get no play. Like if I got hit on, it was just not it. I didn't like them. I didn't like them, or they didn't like me. It was never just a balanced act, I guess you could say. And now I've met my boyfriend, who I absolutely adore. I like my baby. He came up to me actually, and that can be another story time. He actually came up to me, and it surprised me because my man looked good. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a surprise to me. And another thing I feel like I always did, because I feel like I wasn't pretty enough, I dated down. I don't want to say it like that, but I like looks wise. I would always say I don't really like cute guys because I didn't feel like cute guys like me. And now I realize that's not okay. That was never okay, because I have to hold myself to a certain standard. You can't expect the things that you expect and settle for scraps on the ground. It's crazy. But I said all that to say I was the shy girl the weird girl who never got picked on, hit on. And now the guy I love approached me at a freaking trail ride when I felt like I felt like I didn't even look my best that day. I didn't want to go to the trail ride to begin with, but I ended up going, and we had a good time. I think I had left work. I had to hurry up and rush home and get dressed, and I didn't feel my best, but he saw the best in me. How corny, but how cute, literally. I'll tell anybody our story, because although it's not been a cakewalk, it has not been a cakewalk. It has not been a cakewalk. I repeat. It has been life-changing in the sense of honestly, and ever since, it's been life changing. I was 100% jealous of my friends, and I feel like in some ways I still can be jealous of my friends. That's just something I need to work on. It's a thing, and it's okay. Like, if you find yourself resenting a friend because you feel like she gets things handed to her and you don't, or you feel like she gets hit on and you don't, it is okay. Just know that you're worth more than that. Just know that just because she's getting hit on, that does not make her better. She is a great person, I'm sure, but that doesn't make her better. You are your own individual. You will grow in your own time. And maybe it's just that you're not easily accessible, or you're not that girl that's the life of the party. Looks can be intimidating also. That's something else I have to learn. I have an obvious resting face. Like right now, I got the sun in my face, and I'm pretty sure I look like a raging I'm not. I feel like I am the shyest girl, the kindest girl, with the biggest heart, but I'm also a hard ass. So interpret that how you will. I don't know. I just wanted this to be my safe place for once. And I wanted to write in my little YouTube diary. And I really hope that y'all enjoyed that little talk. This is my first time, actually sitting down without writing notes and just freestyling off the top of my brain. So it might be a little clustered, but I hope I got my point across pretty clear. And I really like filming outside. I hope it's not too windy so I can continue to do this. Maybe not on a sunny day, because right now this sun is like blastering the top of my forehead. But I really appreciated this. And if you stayed and watched this, I really appreciate you. And I wanted to know if there's anybody like me who has found themselves in relationships or situationships. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. I was in a relationship once, and he always got things handed to him. Like nothing, he never had to work for. He never had to work for nothing, really. And that's another thing. I started resenting him for that, and it just kind of like started turning me off of him, because it's like, dang, here I am struggling every single day. And I mean, he struggled too, but it was like his struggle saw light. Like he was able to come up out of that struggle. For me, I don't never see the light, honey. Like right now, I'm in a big old struggle and I cannot see the light, honey. But now I know in this phase of my life, I just need to trust God and trust His timing. As always, I will always go back to that. If I don't have faith, I don't have anything. So I will always hold tight to that. Oh, it's getting windy again. I'm sorry. It's getting windy again. I don't have many subscribers on this channel. I don't have many subscribers on YouTube, but I do appreciate the ones who do engage and who do actually talk to me in the comments. If you're that friend, or if you have a friend like that, just know that they will grow in their own time, and so will you. Thank you guys for watching, and nothing but blessings on your life. Can we get it together?